All right, exercise 3. I'm going to go to import and open. I'm going back to the Creative Cloud. I'm going to the Tools of Photoshop folder, and I'm opening the one that's called blending.psd. Okay, so on the right, you can see that all I can see right now, all that's visible is the background. So what I need to do is I actually need to show the visibility of all the layers, okay? And right now I have compact file view. If you go below that, that's actually giving you a little bit more detail, an expanded view of layers, so you can kind of work between compact or extended while you're working. Sometimes, you know, expanded gets in the way, so compact doesn't get in the way. So that's an option, and I'm just showing and unshowing the different layers. Okay, so I just wanted to point that out. All right, so for layer 2 and layer shell, we actually cannot, if we actually go to what you can do with layers, if I go down to effects, it's not supported yet with mobile devices. So they're working on it. Usually in the desktop version, you could add drop shadows and outer glows and all this stuff, and we can't do that yet. Okay, so I'm just letting you know that for layer 2 and layer shell, all you're doing is putting them on because we cannot do those extra drop shadows and stuff like that yet. All right, what we can do is for, I'm gonna pick the letter layer, and I have properties open, okay? And I'm gonna go down to where it says opacity, okay? Opacity, 100% means opaque, and opaque means it's solid, you can't see through it, and light cannot pass through it, okay? When I click and drag and bring down the opacity, then the item becomes transparent. And what transparent means is that light can pass through it, and we can see through it. Okay, so now it's no longer opaque. So I'm going to bring that down. You know, you guys can bring it down to as long as I can tell that the layer is on and that you change the opacity. That's what I need to see. Underneath the letter, I'm going to pick the paper texture layer. And underneath opacity, you'll see this drop-down menu that says blend mode. Well, let's pick it. Right now it says normal, but if I pick different blend modes, we can see that the paper is mixing differently with the layers above and below it. Okay, so what you want to do is pick one that you think looks cool. You know, you can play around. I actually like this one. Okay, but you guys can do whatever you want. Just make sure that you change the blending mode and that you're showing me that you can, that you know where the blending mode is and that you can change it. Okay, so I'm going to close that. Okay, so now I'm going to share. I'm done with it. I'm going to publish and export. Again, I'm going to save one PSD version because I want one intact that has all the layers just in case I need to go back to it. And again, it's saving in the cloud. It's got a check mark, so I'm ready to go back. And then I'm going to export it again as a JPEG, export, Creative Cloud, to the final folder, upload. Okay, and now if I check my Tools of Photoshop Final, I now have that PSD and that JPEG. The JPEG's ready to go, and we can see the transparency and the blending mode.